They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that One West up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Okay.
There's a king that's coming back to save our people. Now, we should be preparing ourselves for the return of our king, not stuck up in these denominations and religions that's destroying our people and destroying our nation.
So when we are in this kingdom and our brother and sister is doing wickedly in this kingdom, we must tell them, look, the world is expecting you to stay docile, to stay stupid.
That's what Christianity teaches our people. Teaches our people to hate one another and love the oppressor. Like, we'll never forgive one another for anything that another brother or sister do to us, but we'll forgive the oppressor in a heartbeat. There's something wrong with that, man.
Imagine living your life as a whole Christian your whole life, and life's good because you're a Christian and Jesus is white and everything's going great, and there's a landslide and the earth opens up and you go downstairs and you walk through this place and you see a black Jesus, man. Why is Jesus Christ black with an afro in the catacombs, man? This predates the Renaissance period.
So when you read the book of Genesis, the trees in the garden with other nations, a leaf, what are the leaves into a tree? The cover of the tree. So Adam took the covering of another nation. What's the covering of another nation? Their culture. So when the Most High saw him, say, "Yo, Adam, where are you, man? Why are you? Don't mean I can't find you." He was like, "Who is this nigga?" Like that. Where are you, man? I don't know you.
Okay. So the Ba al Banya Yasha'ala wa Amarath al Hamma wa Idya Yahweh. The Ba means speak. Al, when it's joined with something, so al Banya means what? Unto, right? Excellent. So al when it's joined with something means unto. Banya means children. Yasha'ala is Israel. So unto the children of Israel.
Like if it's one thing a hoe gonna do, a hoe gonna hold. But you ain't, she can't hold if there's nobody to hold with. And the thing she said at the end, where she said, I went back and I lied to him and he still wouldn't do it. And then she threw up her hands and she said, well, he'll just be a brother. That's what he need.
That's
brothers.
right.
If we have more brothers, hoes like her wouldn't have no outlet.
There was a man in the land of Oz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright.
There you go, the man called Job. I think Job is what, like, afflicted. And that man was perfect and upright, meaning what? You can be perfect, man. Job was a man like everybody else, man. Job wasn't no angel, he didn't come from the heavens. And that man was perfect, meaning what? You can be perfect in the Bible. Being perfect is in the Bible.
Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain above 50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow.
Shalom Israel. It's like Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Barakatam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Ala Tan Ba'Hashem Yahushai to all the sisters. You know what I'm saying? This is the ISUPK UK, you know what I'm saying, United Kingdom Lashawan Qadash class. You know what I'm saying? We hold classes, you know, in the school, 394 Lodge Road, B18, you know, in Birmingham, B18 5PW. We hold classes there every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Also online, we have the same time, 7 till 9. We have the classes on Tuesday and Friday. The day is class, the Friday is the Lashawan Qadash. This is where I teach you how to read, write, and speak biblical Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? This is where I teach you to speak the language of so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Our true language, our original language, before we were enslaved and taught all the languages that we speak today. You know what I'm saying? All these you know, the languages of our oppressor. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what I got. Shalom to everybody that's in the comments. Also, shalom to Kayala, Yahweh Shema Ala Taba Hashem Yahushai.
Shalom, Yahweh Shema Ala Taba Hashem Yahushai.
Mosiah Christ. We also got Nazamana in the building. Mosiah Christ. We got somebody named Faze Maj. All right, Lord of Christ. We got T. Will Williams. All right, we got we got a young man checking in from California. All right, Mosiah Christ. All right, throughout it to y'all, Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Katam to the brothers, and Yahweh Shema Ala Tan B'Hashem Yahushai to the sisters. All right, so today's class we're going over, you know what I'm saying, yet again another, you know, now that you know Christmas is past and everybody's finished, you know, celebrating that pagan holiday and serving that idol bound down to a tree. There's another pagan holiday that everybody is getting ready to celebrate in a couple days, and it is New Year's. All right, everybody's getting ready to celebrate New Year's and coming up with the New Year's resolutions to apparently become better people, but you're still serving the same old pagan idol. You know what I'm saying? You claim to try and become a better person every day, but every year, but again, every year you will bowing down to some idol. You're serving these customs of an idol. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you If you claim to believe in God, or believe in Christ, and yet you are keeping the traditions of, pagan customs, and all the way from Rome, I'm saying, the people that killed Christ, then, how could you say that you love God? How could you say that you love Christ, but you keeping the customs of the people that unalived Yahushua? You're keeping the customs of the people that crucified our King. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, at the beginning of the class, I like to have, everybody state their registry. So I'm going to do that. So Kayla, could you state your registry for me, Baba Kusha?
Khan. Kayala, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yasharala.
Most High in Christ. So Kayala, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yasharala. Okay, Most High in Christ. As y'all come in, brothers and sisters, make sure y'all put your registry in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So I can see Nazamana signed in. So Nazamana, Bath Yahawada, Bath Yasharala, Most High in Christ. All right, so as y'all come in, make sure you put your registry in the comments as well. All right, shalom also to the sister Marisa, Yahweh Shema Taba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the Hebrew alphabet. So give me 1 second while I share the screen. Okay, share my screen. I'm gonna do this one. Okay. Let me know when I share. So you can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kayla, could you run through the Hebrew alphabet for me?
Khan. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Da.
Most High in Christ, right? So, and for anybody who might be new to the Hebrew alphabet, what I'm saying, you want to be practicing this sheet. If you need the sheet, make sure you contact the school. What I'm saying, contact the ISUPK. You want to contact the UK specifically, you can contact us through email. What I'm saying, isupkuk@gmail.com. What I'm saying, or you can contact us on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you have our contact. You can reach out to us. What I'm saying, get the information so you can learn the Hebrew, right? So when we learn in Hebrew, we read from right to the left. That's why, of course, the system will start at A, and Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, all the way through to Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha, right? So if you want this sheet, I'm saying, all you have to do is contact the school. Also, let me put this in the chat. For anybody who's interested in joining these classes live, I'm saying, like you see Kayala, you'll see students, coming in and out. All you have to do is contact myself, contact the school. Again, isupkuk@gmail.com. Just let us know your name, the zone, and the name of your camp leader. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat now so everybody can see. Also, I see Marisa stated her registry, I'm saying, the water. So let me put that up there. All right, Marisa, Bath Banyamyan, Bath Yashala. All right, so it says from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay. And also, for anybody, working on obtaining their Hebrew name, I'm saying, doing your 90 days to shed yourself of the world, you're attending these classes, make sure you fill this attendance sign-in sheet. So I'm gonna put this sheet in the comments also, right? It's a Google link or Google form. You can fill in your attendance that way. Okay. All right. So without further ado, what we're going to do in tonight's class is we're going to be reading the Hebrew. All right. So we'll read the Hebrew and translate it. I'm saying, some verses that have to do with, serving, or I should say not serving, right? Or how we're commanded or instructed not to serve pagan customs, right? Not to follow after the heathen and do as the heathens do. Because the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we call today, we are commanded, not suggested, not it's not a suggestion, it's not a friendly nudge. We are commanded by our Father in heaven. We're commanded by the living God to be a separate people. We have our own customs. We have our own laws, our own way of doing things, our own high holy days. And anything that the heathens do, we are commanded not to do it, not to follow after their ways. All right, so let's start in the first verse that we're going to read today. Okay, so I'm gonna take us to the verse we're gonna read. Let me see if y'all can see that. All right, the verse we're gonna read, I don't want to reveal too much because we're gonna focus on the first verse. All right, is Exodus chapter 34 and verse 12. Okay, Exodus chapter 34 and verse 12. So, Kyla, could you read through this verse for me? You know what I'm saying? At your own pace.
Hashamar,
Mm-hmm.
Laka,
Mm-hmm.
Pan, Sakarath,
Mm-hmm.
Barya,
Mm-hmm.
La Yawashab,
Mm-hmm.
Ha Arataza,
Mm-hmm.
Ashar,
Mm-hmm.
Atha, Ba'a, Al-Ya,
Mm-hmm.
Pan, Yahaya,
Mm-hmm.
Lama Wakwash, Lama
Mm-hmm.
Wakwash, Ba Korabka, Korabka.
Bar Rabka. Perfect. All right, Most High in Christ. All right, well done. This is excellent of reading the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That was very, very professionally read. Even like the way you kind of separated the prepositions, like with ha shamar, ha arataza, so on and so forth. All right, that was really good. All right, so let's go through translating this verse. As a matter of fact, I should have. Let me just go in and add like the lines so we can fill them in as we go through it. All right. So, as I always like to do, is there any words or phrases that you recognize from what we just read here?
Mm.
Let me do this.
So, Lucky, would you be able to like scroll up a tad bit?
Up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not down.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
down? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Shamar,
Shamar. Okay. And what does shamar mean?
watch, keep, guard,
Mm-hmm.
maybe keep for
Keep.
this one.
Mm-hmm. Keep is absolutely correct. Most High in Christ. So we have like ha shamar, which is, so we know ha as a preposition means what? The, right? So where you have ha and then like a verb, it's like it's a hold on. It's like to, it's like the keeping or to, it's like to do something, right? So in the what's the word? In the English translation, right? In the KJV, it's translated as take heed, right? But really it would be like keep, right? Or keep watch, to be on guard, right? So that's why it translates it as to take heed, right? So let's say keep. I'm gonna put like keep. Or let me see. I'm gonna say like keep watch would be like the like how you could translate that, or you could put you could put like take heed. That's kind of the context of what we're saying, is to make sure that we keep ourselves, make sure we're on guard, right? Be alert. Right? That's another way you could translate it. I'm gonna put let me see, be be let me see. So I want to transliterate it as opposed to, yeah, you know what? I'll leave it as like take heed, right? We know shamar means to guard, to watch, to keep, right? So to keep yourself. Okay. Go ahead. Are there any other words or phrases?
This pan, is that like panya? Is that the same word, or is this a whole different word?
This is a different word.
Okay, I'm not sure about that one.
Mm-hmm.
The la ka in front of it, is this like to you?
That's correct.
Okay.
Right. So laka, so it would be like take heed to thyself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And this word karath is karath is to cut.
Karath, yeah, karath is to cut.
Is that its only definition, or it can mean something else?
Let me go into it. So karath, I can show you over here, right? This is the word that's in it. So karath means to cut off, to cut down, to hew down, to cut off, to destroy, or to consume. Okay, so it could be to consume. Let's see. Or like to separate, right? So you can see in here it's used as the word made. So it can be to make, as in like to make separate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on. I'm sure. So we got karath here. Can be, it's mainly meaning to cut, but it can also be, hold on, let me go into it again to see like what the how many times. Yeah, mainly to cut, but also it's used a lot to say make, right? So I'm gonna put that here. So this in karath, in this context is to make.
Mm-hmm. The tha in front of it, tha is like thou, right? Or
That's
thee.
correct.
Okay, so it's like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I can give you the meaning of pan, right? Let me go through here, go back to the blue letter. So pan here, go into it. It means lest, right? So that it's like that distant. Lest this happen, right? So don't do this lest this happen, right? Or like it's saying here, take heed to yourself so that this doesn't happen, right? Or lest you do this, right? Or beware, right? That's another way of saying it. Okay. So let me see, put over here. So over here it would be, so pan thakarath would be lest thou make, right? Lest thou make.
Yawashab. This is like sit or dwell, like dwelling, and the Y makes it like
No, you're correct. You're correct.
Like right now, like present tense kind of thing.
That's correct. Okay. Right. So yeah, can. So yashab means to dwell or to sit. Right. Sit down or to dwell, like we'll say yashabium is to be seated. So you're absolutely correct, right? Yashab means to sit or to dwell or to be still. In this context, it's gonna be to dwell. Right. So it's like the people, hold on. So it's the, like in the context here, it's like, okay, La Yawashab, it's to, or let me see. Like to the dwellers or the inhabitants, right? So it's those that inhabit. Those are the dwelling in the land, right, where you are. It'll make more sense once we start translating the verse more.
Ha-arataza, the earth, the land. It's probably land here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct. So the inhabitants of the land.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me put that in.
And then with Ashar Atha, the land which you Ba'a is like to come in. I'm sorry.
No, that's the word. That's the word. So which you're doing very well. Right? Which you, Ba'a is come in or like enter, right? The land whither, the land which you go into, right? So it's like in Old English that would be translated as like, let me click this off, whither thou goest, right? So really, let me do it as that way, right? Whither thou will be thou, and then Ba'a is goest or enter in unto.
I'm not sure what al-ya is, but the panya haya is it's less again. Ya is like you, right? And
Yeah, so pan, and then kan, you go on.
And then haya is like to be or become.
Right, kan, correct. So lest you become, so like the person we're talking about, right, which is you, right? So lest you or lest, hold on. So ya as a preposition can be, let's see, it's similar to y at the end of a word. So actually, I think it's typically he or it or the person we're talking about, right? So I think in this context, the it is going to be this word, which we're going to get to.
Okay.
So I'm going to put lest it become.
I'm not sure about Mawakwash, but Karab looks familiar. Karab is like Karab here is a verb or a noun?
Korab is a verb here.
Okay. Come near, bring forth, offer.
Yeah, so korab means to come near, means to, it can be to offer or to bring near or to like meet or encounter, right? So in the context here, let me find the boom, right? In the, I can put it over here, right? It translates it as, so korab ka is like in the midst of thee, right? So when you go here, matter of fact, this one says, it's a noun, right? Salakia. Right. So in this one, it's a noun coming from the verb meaning to like meet or encounter, to bring, this the one you would mention. As a noun, it means among or in the midst. Right. So it's a location, right? In the midst. Okay. So let me go back to here. Right. So it would be in the midst, and then the ka. So yeah, so the ba is ba is in, on, or with, and then you have ba korab ka, right? So what would that mean?
In the midst of you, or
Correct.
Among?
Ka, in the midst of you, right? In the midst of thee. All right, that's perfect. So let me put that in. All right, so right here, in the midst of thee. Okay. Excellent. So this is very good. This is damn near, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm near the whole verse translated already. Most High in Christ. Okay, so let's go through it. All right, so we get to the blue letter on it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so right here. Matter of fact, no, let's go back and forth. So we have We're in this verse, right? Hashamarka is to take heed or watch, keep guard to yourself, right? Lest you make. So lest Thakarath is thou make. So Bariath is a word we need to know. Okay, Bariath is defined as a covenant, right? Covenant, an agreement, confederacy, allegiance, right? Don't make an agreement. Make a covenant, a pledge, a treaty, an alliance, all of these words, right? You can hear a pact, right? A compact is what it used to be called. Okay, so don't make any pact or any agreement with the inhabitants of the land. So let me get back here. Okay, take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant. Covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest. Right, and this is where we were being given the land of Canaan. Right, we were being given the land of Canaan. We were brought up out of Egypt, and we were given the land of Canaan to inherit. Right, and we kicked out all those Hamites, all those African nations that were in there. We kicked them out. We were commanded by the Most High to make any agreements with them, to cut down their groves and their altars to their fake idols. You know what I'm saying? Burn their groves, do all that. Get any semblance of their history and their culture out of the land that we are now going to inherit. Okay. Right. So make a covenant with the land, with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest to. Whither thou goest, right? Where you enter in unto. Okay. Then let's get back over here. Right. So we have, by a covenant to or for the inhabitants, or for those that dwell in the land which you go into, right? Which you enter into. Then you have al-yah, right? Al-yah, go into this word. Okay. So al-yah is really just the word al, which means like upon or over. The way it's used in this context, right? So let me go back to right. So let me see. We'll go back to, hold on. So al-yah. So we have here, we can go to the English, right? So whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare. Okay, so the hold on. The lest it be for a snare or a pun. Hold on. Yeah, this al-yah, they've defined it as for here. But really it's like lest it be upon you, right? So we have pan, yahaya, right? And then the al-yah, right? So really that whole phrase, and put these together. Lest it become, or lest it be upon you. Okay. So lest it be upon you. And then we have this word right here. So la ma wakwash, right? So we need to find, it's like here. Let's share this tab, right? So lest it be upon you. Then we have la ma wakwash, right? So we need to find this word, right? Let's go back here. La ma wakwash is translated as a snare, right? So mawakwash, snare, a trap, you know what I'm saying? Yes, a snare, right? It's in its simplest form, a trap. Okay. So let's go back here. So lest it be upon you for, right? And that la here would really be the for. That's why in this like in the Blue Letter Bible, the translation is a little bit, you gotta really, go into the Hebrew and know what it is you're reading, right? Because al-yah does not mean for, right? It means upon or over. So it would really be lest, upon you it be, or it become, right? Or lest it become upon you for the la here is 4, and then mawakwash is a snare. So for a snare, for a snare in the midst of thee, right? So don't make no covenants, lest it become a snare for you, right? Lest it become a trap, you know what I'm saying, for the children of Israel, right? In the midst of us, right? So as a nation, as we're, you know, going about our life as a nation, dealing with each other, if we start making covenants and dealings with these other nations and their customs and their idols and their whatever it is that they do, eventually it's going to start to mingle into what we do, right? It's going to start to join. That's why we're not supposed to make any marriages with any heathens. We're not supposed to, you know, marry them, not supposed to make any deals with them, you know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why. It's going to end up being a trap. It's going to end up having the Most High against you, and you don't want to be on the wrong side of the Most High. You absolutely do not. Okay, so let's get the next verse. Okay, so we translated that one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so we're the right one. Okay, hold on. We have a question in the chat. Let me put this in. All right, let me take this off the screen too. It shouldn't be on there. All right, Slack it. So somebody asked right here. All right, shalom. Yabashim shabakata. All right, so somebody asked Slack the other one, how do you say love in Hebrew? Okay, so love in Hebrew would be ahab, right? Ahab. Let me find it and show it for you over here. Right, love. The word love, you can find it. It's ahab. Right, ahab means to love. Okay, as a verb. Love, right? Ahab, right? That's how you say that. Okay, so let's get back to second verse. Also, what we had. Did way more check-ins. All right, so right, I was shy. But that's the phone. Okay, what is the Hebrew? Okay, Connie, ask the question again. Yeah, the Hebrew word for love is ahab. Okay. All right, so let's get the second verse here. So we're reading now Exodus 34 and verse 13. Kayla, could you go through and read that for Baba Kusha?
Kaya, Ath, Ma, Zabakatham, Zabakatham.
So Ath, Mazabakatham.
Mazabakatham. Tha, Bataza 1.
So Tha, Bataza 1.
Okay. Wa'ath, Mataza Batham.
So
Mataza Batham.
Right. So Wa'ath Mataza Batham.
Okay. Thashabar 1.
So Thashabar 1.
Wa'ath Ashar Yawa. Thakarath 1.
Thakarath 1. Let's see. Thakarath 1. Okay, no sign of Christ. So again, let's go through and let's see if there's any. Hold on. Where's that? Where's that gone? Oh, it's like here. Let's go through and let's see if there's any words or phrases we recognize. Okay, so from here, is any words or phrases that you that look familiar?
Kaya.
Kaya, which means what?
For or because.
Right, for or because. So I'm put for. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see better. It's back here. It might be worse. Hold on. It should be better. Damn, hold on. I'm trying to be like do it precise, but it's a little tricky. Okay, so you should be able to see. Can you see that better now?
Con.
It's 12. Okay.
This it doesn't like have a definition, right?
That's correct.
What's this?
What does it do?
Tells you what the verb applies to.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
I don't think I know any of these.
Okay.
This Ashar Yuwa.
The ashar is different. It is a different word. It's different from what you would translate ashar as what? Which? Yeah, Khan. It's a word that is basically spelled the same, but it is a different word. Okay, so let's go through this. This verse is a little tricky because it's a lot of words we haven't gone over before, right? So let's go through it. Second, let me just get this this little situation situated. Just a sec. We're gonna go through it with the blue letter. Okay. Right. So we have kaya, then we have ath. So it's going to be a verb here somewhere, right? And the verb is going to apply to whatever's here. So let's get it over here.
Salakia. That word mazabak. I have a shorter version here. Mazabak. Altar.
Mazabak. Okay.
Without the thumb, though.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go into the verse because there's the word zabak, which means to sacrifice, and then mazabak, which comes from that word, means altar, right? Where you do a sacrifice, right? So let me go into the verse as we reading it. In this case, it's going to be, as you said, altar, right? Mazabak, right? So with the thumb, right, or where it's mazabak kath, that would be the plural. So that would be altars. Then the am at the end is how you'd say they, them, or their, right? So mazabakatham is their altars. Okay, so their altars. So for their altars, right? So mazabak meaning or mazabakath is altars, and then am at the end is there, right? So their altars. Then you have, go back over to the blue letter. You have thataza1, right? So let me get this verb. It comes from nathataza, which means to break down or throw down or to destroy, right? So for, and then we have thataza1, right? So the tha here is thou, right? You. So it's for, and then I'm gonna combine these. For thou shalt break down or throw down their altars. Okay. Hold on. I need to delete. Can I move this like this? Okay. Right. For thou shalt break down their altars. Right. And so wa'ath. So the breakdown, which is this word here, right? It also applies to this, right? So I'm sharing the right chat, right? So mazabatham, right? So we need to find that as well. So let's go back here. Let's go back to the verse. Okay, we are 13, right? So mazabatham, right? The word here is mazabah, right? So then mazabath is again the plural, right? And then mazabatham is to say their images, right? Their images or their says right here, pillar, a stump, a monument, right? Like a I think in the verse it's defined as a grove. Like a grove is their images, right? It's like here. Okay, so break down their images, break down their they might have some engravings, their images, this, that, and the third, break them down. Okay. So this would then be and their images. So break down their altars and their images, right? To their fake gods and their fake idols. Okay. Then we have Tha, it's like Tha Shabar one, right? Tha Shabar one. So we need to know what Shabar means, right? That's the main verb here. Again, the Tha is you, right? Shabar means to break, right? To break in pieces, pretty much the same thing as, what was the previous one? You have, what was it? Nefatazar? Hold on. Thatazawan, right? I think the original verb is nefatazar, right? And then in the verse, for it to be thou break down, it does it as thatazawa, right? So like it kind of turned it kind of messed with the verb a little bit, right? But so to break down or destroy was this one, and this one shabar is to break. Okay, so and thou shall break, and then we have the wa'ath. So now we know this wa'ath right here, we have a new verb. So this is what this verb applies to, right? This is what the break applies to. Okay, so let's get that here so we can just do it all in one. And then we have asharya, right? Asharya. So the original word is ashara, which is a grove, right? A grove for idol worship. And here it says it was named after Astarte, the goddess, right? So I think this was a particular grove, right? This was a particular grove for a particular Canaanite goddess, right? So this was a grove that was in the land, and then it became the word for grove, right? It became the word generally. Okay, so Ashara. So then Asharya is again plural, so groves. And then the wa at the end would be like saying him or his, right? So and break down his groves. Now we know we're talking about multiple people, right? So it then be translated as their groves. You could say the same thing, right? It's like his as a people, like the Canaanites, the Perizzites, all the people we were cast out. We cast out of the land. Right? So destroy his altars, destroy and his images, and break down his groves. Right? So let's get hold on 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta deal with something real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me play a quick track while I deal with this. Hold on. What do I want to play? We'll just play something. I'll come back. I might cut the song early. What is it?
Yeah. UPK shit, man. One West. Hey, I'm a UPK nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans is going up. Next spot we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I'll pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, UPK shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach.
It's Salaki. Just had to handle something real quick. Okay, so let's get back to it. So, right here, so we will break. So thou shalt break down his groves, right? So that groves. Okay, so let's get back here. So Thashabar 1 Wa'ath. So hold on. So and cut down, and then put his groves. I cut down his groves. Okay, or you can say their groves. We know that the people we talk about is plural, right? So you could say like his as a nation, like yeah, I think we get the point, right? And then we have Tha-Karath-1, right? So Tha-Karath-1, okay. So hold on. I think it might be, hold on. So like here. Oh, okay. I had it a little bit confused. Okay, so it's kind of done in reverse. So we have like a verb for this, a verb for this, and then a verb for this. So let's do it this way. Okay, so we have this the same way this will be put together. Thou shalt break their altars. This would be, hold on, thou shalt, suppose this one was more in the context of destroy, right? So thou shalt destroy their altars and break their images. That was Shabar. So Shabar was break and cut down. So this Karath is to cut or cut down. In this one, so it's going to be, and thou shalt. So, and thou shalt cut down his groves. Okay. So again, we're not supposed, as a nation, we're not supposed to have anything to do with the customs, these symbols, anything to do with these heathen nations. Like yesterday, you should have not have had a Christmas tree up in your house. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, if there was a people that had Christmas trees up in this land before the Most High said that we should inherit it, then we would have been cutting down them Christmas trees and burning them and destroying their altars to the tree and whatever combination of pagan. Again, Christmas is just an amalgamation of a bunch of different pagan holidays, right? We would be breaking down their altars to Santa, breaking down their images of Santa, cutting down their Christmas trees, throwing out their mistletoe and kicking their Yule log over and their turkey, kicking the turkey off the table, right? That's what we would be doing. Because we are supposed to have nothing to do with any of these heathen customs, okay? So that's this verse translated. Let's get to the next verse, all right? So let me get, that should show right here. Okay, so verse 13. Okay, Kyla, if you could read through this for me.
Kaya, la'a.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'm just realizing, no, these have the right connectors. I'll fix that real quick. Hold on. I must have missed this segment as I'm going through it. I think it just froze on me. Okay, give me 1 sec while I put these in the correct place. Basically anything that's left that doesn't have the connector to it is going to be joined together. But let me just fix it real quick, right? So here, here, here. Okay, I think that should be 12. Sorry, I just missed 3 connectors. All right, Slacker. All right, bear with me. Okay. All right, so as you will, let me just click off right here. All right, you can carry on.
Kaya, la'a, thakwa.
So yeah, Tha-Shathakwa.
La'au. A car.
Slack it. So with this one, it would be, oh, I'm tripping. That was me. I did this wrong, right? Slack it. It would be La Allah, right? La Allah. They fix that. All right. You know, we always uncover something I did wrong. So like, yeah. So all right. So let me fix this real quick. So La, and then La Allah, right? This Allah is the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's God. Okay. So like here, as you were.
Okay. La Allah or La Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Akar.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh.
Mm-hmm. So Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Kwana'a.
Kwana'a. Mm-hmm.
Shamwa.
Mm-hmm.
Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Kwana'a.
Mm-hmm.
Hawa'a.
Mm-hmm. Most High in Christ. So again, is there any words or phrases that we recognize? Go through it here.
Kaya is for or because.
Yep. So Kaya is for. Matter of fact, while I'm just putting these placeholders for the translations up, let me do it on this side. Okay. So you said Kaya was for or because, right? So do this for. Right? So for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
La'a is no or not.
Mm-hmm.
This that is going to be like is going to be you, right?
So like, I'm tripping. This it's covering the thing. I don't even know. Right. You said this what is going to be you?
The tha.
Yeah.
After la'a.
The thigh. Yeah. The thigh is going to be thou. Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the next word is though.
Mm-hmm. No sweat. We'll come back to it. Matter of fact, I'm do so really okay. Let me do these. This will be. I put a line like underneath every different part, but I'm gonna combine these two phrases. Right. So this is gonna be thou shalt not something. Right. Shall not do something.
Okay.
What? Okay. The T is supposed to be here. Thou shalt not. Mm-hmm.
Okay. La Allah is to God or for God.
Yeah. Two. So let me do this. This would also be combined. Right. Do you know what the word akar means?
Behind, after, another.
Mm-hmm. Behind, after, or another. In this context, we're going to use the another. Right. So this would be like to or for another God. Right. So I'm going to put, let's see, I believe in the context it's going to be mainly to. Let me see. Yeah, let's do to another God. Okay.
Kaya is because or for again. Then Yahweh is the Lord.
Let's try to put Slack. Give me 1 second. Let's try to place a. Yep. So for. Let's combine this. So for the Lord.
Kwana'a is. I have it somewhere. Kwana'a. I wanna say it was like the first thing that pops into my head is like jealous.
Absolutely correct. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. You got it. Okay. So for the Lord is jealous.
That makes sense anyways due to the context. That word sha the thaka wa, I would have had it. I have it written down and I have a question mark. So we went over it before, but I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it down. Okay. Okay.
And then shamwa. Shamwa. Is that the word shamwa, or is wa like a
Wa is a possessive adjective.
Okay.
So do you know what sham means?
Name.
Name, exactly. And then what would shamwa be?
Is it he? His?
His, right? Like Shamka would be your name, right? Shamwa is his name, okay? So his name, and then it does his name, Allah, right? So with that combined, it would be like, hold on, so hold on. Okay. So let me rephrase it, right? So for the Lord, and then it was like Kwana'a Shamwa. So for the Lord, his name is jealous, right? So it does it this way. Let me see. So for the Lord, so it'd be like jealous is his name, right? Now, what does it mean by jealous is his name? Or like in the transliteration, I can show you, it does it as, let me show you here. Right? It says whose name is jealous, right? Whose name is jealous. You can tell me what it means by his name is jealous. Tell me what that means. Because we know, of course, the Lord's name is what?
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Right? So what would his name being jealous mean?
Is it like slang talk? Like I've heard somebody say, "Oh, my middle name is Vengeance" or something like that. Like it's just like talking, like just like emphasizing that he is like he's jealous. Like
Absolutely correct. I like that example. Right? My middle name is Vengeance. What are they saying by saying that?
They're a very vengeful person.
And that's their what? Like that's the name they've made for themselves, right? That's their reputation. Exactly. So the Lord's reputation is that he is a jealous God. All over the Bible, it's written, the Most High don't want you effing with no other fake idols, no pagan customs, none of that. The Most High is a jealous God. He has a reputation for being jealous. He will listen. The Most High will do all types of stuff. He will punish you for not, the Most High is a man. Let's put it that way. And we, as a nation, like the wife to the Most High. And you see a woman, just talking and flirting with this religion and flirting with that religion and just being a 304 all over the place. The Most High is a jealous God. Right? Just to make y'all understand, that's his reputation. Most High don't play around. He kicked us out the damn house. He kicked us out the house, and we have to earn our way back in. Right? So jealous is his name, and then we have Allah, Kwana'a, Hawa'a. Right? So this would be like he is a jealous God. Right? So we have Hawa'a, which means he. You know what I'm saying? Kwana'a is jealous, and then Allah is God, right? So God, so let me figure out the way. So for the Lord, so for Yahweh, jealous is his name, right? Let me see. The where would the Allah fit? Sorry, bit fit here. I had a bunch of different consonants trying to add the it part to it, right? So jealous is his name. Well, jealous is yeah, this phrase, like Allah, so God, Kwana'a, right? So like how you do with adjectives in Hebrew, the adjective goes after the noun, right? So it'd be like a jealous God. So really, I want to put these two. Can I just move this? It's a little bit of a tricky thing to do when I've done it like that. Let me see if I can just disconnect. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I want to unlink these, move this down here. I'm gonna just pair it right here. Okay. And let me move this. Hold on. Group these. It's a very specific order I've got to do this in, otherwise it will just all join together in one mush. Okay, so just combine this all into one phrase. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, or jealous is his name, meaning jealous is his reputation, is a jealous God. Okay. I'll change this to whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Okay, so that's the Most High's reputation. He's known for being jealous. Okay, so for the last part of this verse, we got to know what Shathak, Shathak, right? Shathakwa is. So let's get over here. So we have Shathakwa, right, which is thou shall do something. So the word we have here comes from the word shakar, right? Shakar. Okay. Shakar is a word which means to bow down or to worship, right? To where it has this right here, Shathakwa, right? It'll be thou shalt not worship or bow down, right? The same thing. Thou shalt not worship another God. For the Lord, whose name is jealous, his reputation is jealous, is a jealous God. Let me see if I can move this. My OCD is kicking in. Move this to the center. All right. All right. So that's the verse, right? So that's verse 4. So we shouldn't make any covenants with these other nations. Should break their images, cut down their groves. You know what I'm saying? Just get rid of any semblance of some fake God, because it's fake. You shouldn't even seek to keep it, learn about it, like the heathens, like when they go into a country or whatever, and they invade a country and take it over, they they keep artifacts and learn about the history of this and the history of that, and learn about how did this civilization used to serve their God, and what customs did they keep. That's what the heathens do. The Most High don't want us doing none of that. No one is doing absolutely none of that. If we were to inherit a land which the Most High is giving to us, break everything and make the land fresh. Make the land fresh and holy. There's not supposed to be any semblance of any other servings of some fake idol or some stone or something, some rock that you're not gonna find years later and say, well, what about this God? What customs did they keep? Most I don't give a damn about none of that. All right. He wants his people to be holy. He wants his people, he wants his rib to be separate, to be, kept unto him and him alone. Right? Like any man wants his rib to be, unless you're Diddy or something. I don't but that is that's a case of what you shouldn't be like. Any man who has a shred of real masculinity wants his woman to himself. All right. Okay. So let's get this last verse. Also, if anybody has any questions as we're going through, let me check the comments real quick, see if there is any questions as we're going through it. But any questions, put it in the chat, right? Okay, hold on. Somebody says, How do y'all feel about the Igbo history with God? I don't really, I don't really do Igbo history. I don't care for it. When you say the Igbo history with God, you'd have to break down what that is. What is the Igbo history with God? Are the Igbos, those Hamites, they trying to say that they're the tribe of God? Because that the Igbos and those Nigerians, they're children of Ham. The children of Ham. Ham is not, God is not from Ham. God is a man from Shem. So you'd have to break that down. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Right. So let's get this last verse. Okay. So once again, Kyla, I'm gonna pass it over to you whenever you're ready. I'll go through it at your own pace.
Pan, Thakarath, Barya, La Yawashab, Ha Aratada, Wazanwa, Akaria, Alahaya Hum,
Alahaya Hum,
Wazabakwa, La Alahaya Hum, Wa Quara'a, Laka, Wa Akalath,
Wa Akalath,
Ma Zabakwa.
Mazabakwa, most son Christ. Okay, perfectly read. Okay, so let's go through it once again. Is there any words or phrases that we recognize? Some of these are kind of parts in the earlier verses.
Pan is lest. Tha is thou or you. Karath is cut.
Cut or make.
Make, yeah.
Okay. Right.
Oh, yeah, because Baryath is after it.
Yeah, kind. Right. So lest thou make.
A covenant.
Covenant, right? So Baryath is a covenant.
Did we use covenant for the last one, or did you use a different word? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I used a covenant. Let me check. Yeah, a covenant.
Okay.
But you can use the word a pact, an agreement, all those words are synonyms.
La Yawashab. Is this the inhabitants again?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Right. So let's thou make a covenant or an agreement for the inhabitants, or to we just described this as we translate this as like with, right? So with the inhabitants, if we combine those two, with the inhabitants of the land. Right, of course, it's like I ain't wait for you to give Ha'aratazah, but of course we know what Ha'aratazah is. It's the land, right? Move this over. So, with the inhabitants of the land.
I'm not sure about Zanwa. Akaria. This is behind, after. Another, but it has the ya at the end, so it's like after you, behind you.
Right. So what we'll do, we'll come back to that word.
Okay.
We'll come back to that one.
Alahayaham. Is this like another way to say God or gods?
So
like a different version?
Yeah. Alahaya would be like gods, and then the ham part. That is exactly. That's the suffix to say there. Right there. So that would be their gods. All right.
Okay. Zabak. I can find Zabak, I'm sure. But the part after that, To their gods again?
Yes, to their gods.
Quara, I have it somewhere.
Quara.
Yeah.
Okay. The word Quara. We can go through that one later.
Okay. After Quara, Laka is to you.
Laka Khan is to you. Or like for you.
Zabak is sacrifice.
Oh,
Zabakwa, his sacrifice.
And so it'd be so we have Wazabakwa, which would be and sacrifice, and then the wa at the end could be like he or it. So it'd be like and sacrifice it, but you wouldn't need to say it. It's like and sacrifice whatever they sacrifice to their gods, right? So you could just put and sacrifice. I keep missing one. It's always one letter I'm getting wrong here. Sacrifice to their gods, right? And then Wakwara Laka.
For Quara, I have proclaim or announce.
So proclaim, announce. Quara can also mean, and I guess that's my boy. I hadn't given you this, but Quara can also be to call, right? To call, like it could be in the context is to call somebody, like to call somebody over. Use it to call somebody on the phone. You can say to call somebody, like you're naming somebody, call somebody this name, right? But it can also be to call, right? So let me get that, just to show you. Let me get that in the, over here. In fact, yeah. So in this case, it's going to be call. We'll get it in the later, right? So and so in this context, it's going to be and. It doesn't have the word like one or and somebody, but in the context of what's being written, it's one. Somebody is calling for you, right? Let me make this word italics because the word isn't in there, but it's implied.
At the end there, the Zabakwa. Is that for sacrifice?
Of.
Okay. The last two words, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Well, with Akaria, like I know what Akar means, but you know Zanwa and Akalath. I don't know.
So Akalath, the root word here is a cow. What does a cow mean?
Eat.
Eat. Right. So it'd be like and it doesn't have the word thou, but it'd be implied here, right? And thou eat, and then you have Mazabakwa. So if ma in this context is of, right? What would Mazabakwa mean?
Of the sacrifice, eating of the sacrifice, eating what was being
sacrificed? Of his sacrifice. So of his sacrifice. Okay. All right, perfect. So the word, I mean, we damn near translate the whole thing. No sign of Christ. We getting these words down, we making notes, referring to those notes back, and we're able to translate almost whole verses just on the first go, which is amazing. That is what I want to see. That this is the result. This is the reason we do the classes. So we build our vocabulary so that when we get to these verses, we refer to our notes, we look through it, and we're able to really translate the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get these last two parts. So the verse we're at right here. So lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and then we need wazanwa, right? So let's get this. And then go a whoring. Okay, so it comes from the word zana. Zana means to be a harlot, to go a whoring, to commit fornication. Right, so that's like what we said. The Most High is a jealous God. He is a man that's jealous over his rib Israel. But we, you know what I'm saying, we making all these covenants. We putting up a Christmas tree and going a whoring with those pagan traditions. We as a nation, we getting ready to celebrate New Year's with the oppressor, because we are going a whoring after these customs, after these other nations' false gods, right? Let's see right here. So, and go a whoring. Put and go whoring. And then, like as you said, this a car, right? This a car would be after, right? So and go whoring after their gods and sacrifice to their gods, right? Anybody, any of the children of Israel who is getting ready to sell it. Like I need to go back to here, right? And go whoring after their gods. Anybody of the children of Israel, any Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian who is getting ready to celebrate New Year's, you were going a whoring after a pagan god and pagan customs. And the Most High does not like it. God does not like you doing that. You know what I'm saying? He takes it very seriously, right? It says, and sacrifice to their gods. Like you keeping their customs, you making sure you have that Christmas tree up in your house because you're sacrificing to their gods. You sacrificing your money and your time and effort to make sure this idol is up in your house on Christmas Day, before Christmas Day. You're going through all this time and effort to make sure that before it hits, before all the clocks, the time hits 0000 and it's now 2026, that you're ready there to what do they do on New Year's? Pop balloons, pop confetti, whatever the hell they do, blow kazoos or something. What's them streamers? What do they call them? Them things that make noise at a party. Blow them and pop champagne and do all those things people do on New Year's. You're getting ready to sacrifice your money, time, and effort to do these pagan customs, to do this absolute pagan customs, right? And let's go into the history real quick. Again, this is the Lashawan Qadash class. This ain't the history class. But for those of you who don't know, anyone that doesn't know that New Year's is pagan, is absolutely pagan, right? New Year's pagan origins linked directly to the Roman god Janus, right? That's why it's celebrated when? On the 1st of January. January is named after Janus. It's named after this Roman god, this pagan god, right? And again, the Romans are the ones that killed Christ. It's named after this Roman fake idol, right? It's a two-faced fake god of beginnings and endings. So it'd be like one face is for endings and one face is beginnings. That's why they have it as the new year. And when they would do this ritual and whatever they do on New Year's, it would be the end of, that's why they do it as like the end of the year and the beginning of a new. That's that custom. That's where it comes from. That's why they call it New Year's. That's why you have a New Year's resolution, because the old you has ended, and now you're trying to become a better person and do whatever. Have a new beginning on the 1st of January. It's pagan. It's pagan for you to only decide to change, only decide to do whatever it is that you want to do to benefit your life. You want to get in shape. You want to stop being such a selfish B word. You want to be more patient and do all these things. Why do you wait until the 1st of January or the December 31st? And once that clock hits midnight, now you're deciding to change your life because you're serving this God. You're serving this God, and you might know it or you might not, but that is what you're doing. If you want to change your life for the better, and we encourage you to in the ISUPK, don't wait for New Year's Day. Don't wait for some New Year's resolution to change your life and fix whatever it is that you're doing wrong. Don't wait till then. Do it now. Don't wait till till it's this pagan day where they're celebrating the God of beginnings and endings and doors and transitions, which is what you're doing when you create a New Year's resolution. That's what that is, right? Again, it says right here, let me share this tab. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land. Right now, where we're inhabiting Britain, we're in Britain, the UK, America, wherever, right? And as a people, unfortunately, we've been joining together with the inhabitants of the land. In this case, this land where we were going to inherit. In the case of today, modern day, we've been brought to this land. But wherever we are as a nation, wherever we are as Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're supposed to be separate. But we've joined together. We've made a covenant with the inhabitants of this land. And we've gone whoring. We've gone whoring after their gods. Right? Literally, I mean, figuratively going whoring after Janus and the Christmas tree and all these fake idols, and quite literally becoming whores because of their traditions, like on New Year's and even on Christmas. I'll give the example of Christmas. There's that mistletoe where you just kissing random strangers on the mistletoe. That's 304 activity. On New Year's Day, I mean, good night. It's all types of partying and getting drunk and all types of whoredom that goes down on New Year. You literally and figuratively going a whoring because of their gods and their customs and their sacrifice. Right? It says on one call for you, and you eat of his sacrifice. Somebody who celebrates New Year's calls for you, and you going over there to eat of their, like you'll go over there to eat of their Christmas food or Christmas dinner, or you'll go over there to celebrate in their New Year's party. If you go, you know what I'm saying, if you join in with these heathens and keeping their customs, even your own family, if one calls for you, you're supposed to say la. No, I'm not going. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sacrifice to this idol. I'm not going to keep this custom that you're trying to get me to keep. Somebody asked you why you keep it, why you don't put up a Christmas tree in your house. You're supposed to ask them, why should I? Where in the Bible does it tell me to do so? If somebody says anything, why are you attending my New Year's party? I mean, I invite everybody. It's just a party. I just want to see everybody. This, that, and the third. You say la. Say no. Because if one calls you to eat of their sacrifice or to do of a pagan custom, you're supposed to say no. You're commanded to be separate. Right? Lest thou eat of his sacrifice. Okay? With that, that's the end of that part of the class. Let me see, we've got 20 minutes. All right, let's go through a few points of vocabulary. Let me see if there's any further questions. All right, no questions. Okay, we're good to go. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and we'll set up for the second half of the class. We'll just go for a few words. You know what I'm saying? I won't spend too much time on this. Okay, so let me see. Let me get let me just get this ready. Why is it doing? Let me see. Okay, interlinear. And we're reading from Numbers 5:31. Okay, so let's get this. Let's share the screen. Let me share the full screen. Okay. All right, let me know when you can see that.
See it.
It's up? Okay. Oh, sorry, Christ. Okay. So, Numbers chapter 5:31. Let me go in the chapter actually. Okay. 5:31. Let's keep going. 31. Okay. So, wa nakwa is our first word. The root here is going to be nakwa. Okay, nakwa. What word we have? First part we have is wa as a preposition. What does wa as a preposition mean?
And,
right? So I'm gonna put preposition. So it means and, or in essence, a continuation of what's being said. Okay, then we have nakwa. Nakwa is a word which means to be clean, to be free, to be innocent, right? To be made clean. Okay, so let's see what it's translated most as. To go unpunished. Okay, go unpunished is the most thing. To acquit, right? To be made free, right? So to be free, or like to go free, to go unpunished. I'm gonna put basically to go free or to be clean, right? Like you cleaned your hand of something. Okay, you've become blameless. You've been acquitted. You can clean your hands of it. Okay. Where are we at? 31, right? And shall be free. And then we have ha-ayash. So we have ha as a preposition, which means
the,
right? So the. Then we have ayash. What does ayash mean?
man or individual.
So be man, husband, or individual, right? Right. So the word ayash can also mean husband, right? Like if a woman wants to say, that's the same thing I'll say today. My man, right? The same thing. The same word for man is the same word for husband, right? It can also be just generally an individual, a person. It can be described as that. Of course, in the Bible is written in the masculine, right? So it would use a word like ayash, right? The same thing with asha, right? Asha is a word which means woman, right? And it can also mean wife. Now, typically, when it's written as wife or the wife of somebody, it will use this form, right? Ashath, right? This ashath or the tha at the end instead of the ha just kind of signifies that this woman belongs to somebody. She's somebody's possession, right? It like becomes in a sense of like in Hebrew, there's no necessarily masculine, feminine, but there's like a subservient tense, right? So in this case, it becomes someone's possession. So you'd use a shaf to be wife. Okay. Then we have ma'ai-1. Okay, so ma'ai-1. Let's get into it. We have ma as a preposition, right? Which means what?
For or from.
Of or from.
Of or from. Sorry.
No sweat. All right. So ma as a preposition means of or from. Then we have I1, which means iniquity. Right? Iniquity, sin. It says here guilt also, but it's mostly translated as iniquity. All right. So iniquity. Okay. Okay. So from iniquity. Right? Waha asha. Right? So this is just as we said right here, right? Asha meaning woman. Right? So it says, and the woman or but the woman. Right? We have hahawa'a. Let's get this word. He, no, pronoun, third person, singular. He, as for her, himself, or the same. Okay. So, wa'a typically will mean he or it. In this case, it's talking about the woman, right? So it's not going to mean he, it's going to mean she, right? So the woman, it says hawa'a, which would be the she, right? Or the same person, right? The same, you know, like what's the word? Like in the definition here, it could be this, it could be same, right? So it'd be the same woman, right? Let me I have that here, right? The same, it would be, I don't want to put it as the same, and then that kind of confuse, because it doesn't mean like this is the same as that. It's the very same person in that context. So I'm gonna put
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I see right there also it got like himself or herself. So is it like if you say she or her herself is like the woman the same kind of like that kind of vibe, like saying she herself.
Yes, exactly. Right. The woman, her herself, right, and then so on and so forth. Right. So it would be here. It puts he, she, or it. So I'm gonna put in brackets. Can also mean she in some contexts. I think that's fine. I don't want to make it too long or confusing, right? But in this case, we're talking about a woman, right? But the woman that, or, she herself, right? Then we have thasha'a, right? This word comes from nasha'a. So it's going to give you nasha'a, right? So the tha can be used as well. I know tha as a preposition can be like thou or thee. Also, when you're talking about a woman doing something, it's kind of like the preposition of she can also be that, but that's less common. So I don't want to confuse anyone with that. But where you have it's talking about a woman, and then you might see with the verb it uses this tha. That tha in that context is like she's doing this, right? But the thing here is focusing on the root here. So nasha'a means to bear, lift, carry, so on and so forth. Okay, then you have ath, iwana, right? So this would be shall bear her iniquity, like the same I1, the iniquity or guilt. Let me put this in here. Right, so is it this? It's probably the exact same word. It just puts, it's puts the on the end because it's talking about her guilt, right? This is feminine now. So you add the ha. Okay, the woman shall bear her guilt. Okay, all right, that's the end of chapter 5. Numbers chapter 6. Okay, waya dabar. So we have wa as a preposition, ya as a preposition. Let me do this. Means he. We have dabar, which means what?
To speak or words.
Exactly. So the bar, I'll do it this way. The bar as a verb means to speak. The bar as a noun could be like speech. It could be speech or like a saying, right? Like a decree or in fact, let me go into it. This one is the verb version. I wonder if it gives. Probably wouldn't give it me in this, but I do want to go into like the noun version of the bar. Let's move forward. Yeah, word matter. So this is the noun version of the bar, right? Word, so that could be as well. So speech, words or words, saying, speech, command, promise, things that are said, right? Speech, matter. I think I could take out saying. That's basically implied in speech. Speech, word. I think matter 45. Let me see. Word is most thing. Okay, matter, chronicles, just things that are said. I'll do matter. Okay. So like judge the matter, judging what's being said. Right. Okay. Then you have Yahweh, right, which of course is the Lord. So okay, the Lord. You have Al, which in this case, when it's joined with a noun, means unto, right? So I'm gonna put Al when joined with noun means unto. The other version of Al, so you kind of Al when joined with I could just put joined with verb. Al joined with a noun means unto. Al joined with a verb means what?
Is this the one that means no or not?
Correct.
Okay.
Right, no or not. Right,
Mhm.
same as la'ah. Okay. We have Mashah, which is Moses. La Amar, so La is a preposition. This is the one that means two or four. Then we have Amar, which is to say. Okay. So the Ba, Al, Banya. So Banya is the plural of Ban. So it means sons or children. Right? You have the singular Ban, which just means son or child. And you have Yasha'ala. Right? Yasha'ala, which is Israel. Right? He is a prince with power. Okay, we have Wa Amarath, right, which is again the same word to say. Let me see. Al, so this would be Al-Ham, which is unto them. Okay, Ayash, all. All right, so all, let me just put this here, means or, right? Which is kind of sounds similar anyway, right? So all comes from Awa, okay, short for Awa. Okay, so all. Asha, woman, Kaya. Kaya is a word which means for or because. Okay, what else can Kaya mean? I know we had
Is it if?
It can be if, yeah. Let me see. If indeed. Yeah, I think that's the one. For because is that the because I know recently we added one to Kaya. We usually just do this for because.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is that the one we also added?
I think once or twice.
Yeah. We'll find Kaya everywhere. Because when or if. Okay, so let's do it as that one. Because when or if. For and because are basically the same word.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at? We here with it. So yeah, let's do it as that. Because when or if. Okay. So this is like this in this context is when we have, how would you say this word? Where does it come from? Primitive root. So pala'a. So pala'a. And then in the verse, it's ya pala'a. Okay. So pala'a. Pala'a means to be wonderful, be extraordinary, be difficult, be marvelous. Interesting. Okay. So to be separate or to distinguished, right? I think in the verb is put as to consecrate, which means to make something separate, to make something special. Okay, so bring extraordinary miracles, wondrous deeds, wonders. Okay, so pala'a means like to be extraordinary. Right? Extraordinary / wonderful. Okay. Okay, so consecrates an offering. Okay. La nadar. So la is a preposition. Do we have that already? Yeah, 204. Nadar is a word which means promise or vow. Okay. Nadar Right, so make, to vow the vow, Nazayar. Hold on. Make sure I'm reading this right. Comes from Nazar, to consecrate. So Nazayar. Means basically consecrated, or to cause to be consecrated. Okay, which is the Nazarite vow. So I'm gonna first get Nazar, which means to consecrate. Then you have Nazayar, okay, which is a Nazarite and one who is consecrated, right? Or like a consecrated person. Let me see. Right, consecrated one's distinguished. Who is consecrated? Okay, cool. All right, with that, I don't want to go over on the time, so I think we'll close it out there. Let me zoom in here. Is there any questions in the chat, Kyla, if you can see? I'll make sure I don't miss anything.
La'a.
Okay, no sign crash. Is there anything you're still writing, or are you good to go?
I'm good to go.
Okay, no sweat. All right, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the class. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'll start sharing my screen. Go on this side. Okay, cool. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out with the salute. So, Yibana Israel, I'm Madiam. Needs to stand. All right, salute the brothers. Yibana Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbath, I'm Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Barakatam. Ya Jamata. Let's go ahead and salute the sister. All right, so Yibana Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbath, I'm Madiam, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alatha Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alatha Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Ya Jamata. Class dismissed. Sorry, Christ. All right. So wide as always, everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who's watching. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention, putting comments in there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody. All right, with that, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam to all the brothers, and Yahweh Shema Alatam Hashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. All right, shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.